I rise today as the Democratic co-chair of the Women's Caucus to celebrate the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day. Mr. Speaker, I'm so pleased to join millions in our nation and around the world in commemorating this International Women's Day. We celebrate courageous women in places like Afghanistan, Iraq, Egypt, Sudan, and elsewhere who continue to fight the good fight at great risk to their own lives in the face of being ostracized and persecuted by their families and communities for women's abilities to be included in the societies in which they live. We celebrate tremendous women here at home in the United States who have done much to advance the ability of women to work, to vote, to go to school, and to run for and hold elective office. As a woman who is able to serve in Congress today, I know that I stand on the shoulders of these women giants who have sacrificed so much in the past. But we must also recognize that much needs to be done right here in the United States. In our country, we make only 77% of the paycheck that a male would make doing the same job. And we know that even after 100 years, it is too soon to declare mission accomplished. Recent news reports in Afghanistan shows efforts in Afghanistan to pass legislation that would shut down domestic violence shelters. Turning our attention closer to home, in Haiti, we find that after the devastating earthquake, UNICEF has found that the rapes in Haiti are at an all-time high. But we've also been fixated in recent weeks by the protest and push for democracy sweeping the Middle East, and women have been leading the charge. We must also acknowledge the shameful plight of hundreds of thousands of mothers-to-be around the globe who die because of pregnancy or child-related complications. It's shameful that the simple act of childbirth remains a death sentence for hundreds of thousands of women and girls around the world. We must recommit ourselves to the Millennium Development Goal to reduce dying from pregnancy or childbirth. And last, I had the honor of attending the State Department's Women of Courage ceremony and to honor 10 women. They were Maria Bashir, a prosecutor general in Afghanistan. She handles cases on behalf of women victims of domestic abuse. Nasta Palazanka, who at age 20 has led a peaceful protest and called attention to the plight of families of political prisoners. Henrietta Ekwe Obongno from Cameroon, a political activist and publisher of Babela. She spent a lifetime advancing press freedom, human rights, good governance, and gender equality. From China, Guo Jianmei, a female lawyer, founder of Women's Law Center at Peking University, helping to create a corps of lawyers to defend public interest cases, especially affecting women and other vulnerable groups. From Cuba, Yani Sanchez is an international following with her blog to provide insight into the life in Cuba and to expand information regarding the flow and free expression throughout Cuba. Agnes Ozolaikan, elected to the Hungarian parliament in 2010, the only female Roma member of parliament in Hungary. Jordan, Eva Abu Holloway, dedicated her career to advocating for vulnerable people of Georgia, including women at risk of becoming victims of so-called honor crimes. Kyrgyzstan, we have Rosa Otunbayeva, emerged as Central Asia's first female head of state and head of government in a traditional majority Muslim country. From Mexico, the first woman ever appointed to the position of Assistant Attorney General, Maricela Morales, a leader in bringing justice to Mexico's most dangerous and notorious criminals. And last, but certainly not least, from Pakistan, Gulam Sugra has become her village's first female high school graduate and the first teacher at the first school for girls. Thank you so much for these women